There's a story about a farmer who planted seeds deep into the soil day after day without telling a soul. While others boasted about their plans and dreamed out loud, he watered his fields in silence. People mocked him. "Why aren't you showing us what you're doing?" they asked. But the farmer, he just kept working. Weeks passed, then months. And one day, without warning, his fields blossomed with a harvest so abundant it left the doubters in awe. You see, there's power in silence. Working hard without fanfare isn't about hiding, it's about focusing. It's about giving your dreams the respect they deserve. Because every ounce of energy spent explaining, justifying, or seeking applause is energy stolen from your grind. We live in a world that rewards the loud. Social media, endless opinions, and constant comparison tell us that if we aren't shouting, we're losing. But let me tell you this, the loudest voice in the room is often the one saying the least. Real success, it doesn't need a microphone. When you chase validation, you're playing a losing game because applause comes and goes, but purpose stays. Let your work be the proof of your dedication. Let your results shout for you. Here's the truth: greatness is built in the quiet hours when no one's watching. It's built when you wake up early, stay late, and refuse to give up when you show up, even on the days you feel invisible. Now, don't get me wrong. There will be noise critics, doubters, even your own inner voice telling you to quit. But remember, the lion doesn't turn around for every barking dog. Keep moving, let them talk. While they're busy making noise, you'll be busy making progress. And when the time comes, your success will speak louder than any words ever could. It'll tell the world what you've known all along, that greatness doesn't need a spotlight. So I challenge you, work hard. Work smart, work quietly, and when your moment comes, let the harvest of your efforts do the talking. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain. The air is still, the path ahead is steep, and the only sound you hear is your own breath. You take that first step, not for anyone to see, not for applause, but because something deep within you whispers, keep going. Now picture another scene, a construction site at night, dimly lit, the workers hammering and building while the world sleeps. No cameras, no headlines, just the quiet rhythm of progress. Greatness often begins in places no one notices. It's the pianist practicing scales in an empty room. It's the athlete running laps in the rain. It's the entrepreneur drafting ideas on a napkin. These moments aren't glamorous. They aren't public. They don't trend or go viral. But they matter. They are the foundation. We've all seen the grand unveilings, the championship trophies, the standing ovations, the billion-dollar ideas celebrated on magazine covers. But what you don't see are the nights spent studying, the hours of failure, the countless sacrifices that were made long before the spotlight ever turned their way. What's celebrated in the light is built in the dark. I think about the bamboo plant. For years, it grows invisibly beneath the soil, its roots stretching deep and wide. It's only after that unseen effort that it suddenly shoots up, towering, unstoppable. People might call it an overnight success, but in reality, those years of quiet preparation are what made it possible. Let me ask you this, are you willing to work when no one's watching? Are you willing to invest in your dreams without the guarantee of recognition? Because the truth is, the applause you're waiting for might never come. But the results of your hard work, that's the only applause that matters. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that celebrates noise, constant updates, loud opinions, and the race to be noticed, silence can feel like invisibility. But in reality, silence is a powerful space. It's where clarity is born, where focus thrives, and where true progress is made. When you work in silence, there's no room for distraction. There's no need to explain yourself to others or seek their approval. Instead, you can dedicate every ounce of energy to the task at hand. Silence removes the clutter of opinions and expectations, allowing you to hear the voice that truly matters, your own. In silence, you can think deeply, plan carefully, and act deliberately. It's where ideas take root and grow strong before facing the storms of criticism and doubt. Think of an artist working on a masterpiece. They don't spend their time announcing every brushstroke. They work quietly, pouring their passion into the canvas until it's ready to be revealed. Silence is also a refuge. It shields you from the noise of the world, from the unnecessary comparisons and distractions that can steal your focus. It gives you the freedom to make mistakes, to experiment, and to grow without the pressure of judgment. In silence, failure is not a spectacle, it's a lesson. And most importantly, silence cultivates strength. It teaches you to rely on your own conviction and to trust the process, even when no one is cheering you on. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of self-confidence. Silence says, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. My work will prove it for me. There's a profound dignity in silence, a quiet power that doesn't demand attention but earns respect. It's the foundation of every achievement worth celebrating. And when the time comes, the results of your silent efforts will echo louder than any words ever could. Seeking validation can feel natural. Who doesn't want to be seen, appreciated, or applauded for their efforts? But the truth is, chasing validation is a slippery slope. It shifts your focus from the work itself to the opinions of others, and in doing so, it robs you of the freedom to grow authentically. When you constantly seek approval, your motivation becomes tied to external reactions. If the applause is loud, you feel unstoppable. But if it's silent or worse, critical suddenly doubt creeps in. This dependency on outside validation makes you vulnerable. It turns your work into a performance rather than a purpose. True progress isn't about impressing others, it's about staying true to your vision. If you're always pausing to look over your shoulder, asking, "What do they think of me?" you lose sight of the path ahead. The energy you spend trying to please everyone could be spent refining your craft, building your skills, and achieving the goals that actually matter. It's also important to remember that validation is fleeting. People's opinions are fickle. They change with trends, circumstances, and their own insecurities. What earns you praise today might invite criticism tomorrow. Relying on such an unstable foundation is like building a house on sand. The moment the tide turns, everything you've built risks being swept away. But when you work for yourself, for your own growth, your own passion, you create something unshakable. Your drive comes from within, and no one can take that away from you. The satisfaction of knowing you gave your all, that you stayed true to your values and vision, is worth more than any applause could ever offer. Validation is seductive, but it's a trap. The more you chase it, the further you drift from what truly matters. The work, the journey, and the person you become in the process, those are the things that will stand the test of time, whether anyone else is watching or not. Actions speak with a power that words can never match. Words can be impressive, they can inspire, motivate, and create an illusion of movement, but without action, they are empty promises. True impact, the kind that lasts, comes from what you do, not what you say. It's easy to talk about goals, plans, and dreams. Words flow freely, especially in a world where sharing your intentions is as simple as posting an update. But the real question is, what happens when the talking stops? Are you willing to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, and put in the work? Because that's what separates those who achieve from those who merely wish. Actions are undeniable. They cut through doubt, silence critics, and build credibility. When you act, you leave a mark that no amount of explanation could ever accomplish. A person who consistently delivers results doesn't need to convince anyone of their capabilities. But the proof is in their work. Moreover, actions have a ripple effect. They inspire others not by preaching, but by example. Watching someone quietly push forward, face challenges, and achieve results is far more powerful than hearing someone explain what they plan to do. Actions ignite belief in yourself and in those around you. Words, on the other hand, are fragile. They can be questioned, misinterpreted, or forgotten. But action carries a weight that's impossible to ignore. It shows commitment, determination, and a willingness to step into the arena, even when success isn't guaranteed. In the end, it's not what you say that defines you, it's what you do. Your actions are the truest reflection of your character, your values, and your dedication. So let your work be your voice. Let your achievements tell your story. The world doesn't need more talkers, it needs doers. Embracing the grind means recognizing that success isn't a sprint, but a long, challenging journey. It's about understanding that the road to achievement is often paved with countless hours of hard work, sacrifice, and persistence long before the fruits of that labor are visible. Strength, on the other hand, doesn't mean overpowering others or acting out of pride. True strength is the ability to endure, to keep going when things get tough, and to maintain your integrity in the face of challenges. It is about standing firm in your beliefs, doing what's right even when it's difficult, and refusing to be swayed by outside pressure. Strength doesn't need to boast, it simply is. It's in the quiet confidence that you know you can face whatever comes your way, and in the resilience to get back up when you fall. When you combine humility with strength, you create a force that is both powerful and grounded. Humility allows you to listen, to be open to feedback, and to adjust when necessary. Strength gives you the courage to act, to make decisions even when the path is uncertain. Together, they form a balance that keeps you rooted in your values while propelling you forward toward your goals. There's a quiet strength and humility that commands respect. It doesn't seek attention or validation, but its presence is undeniable. People are drawn to those who carry themselves with grace and confidence, who can acknowledge their own flaws and still stand tall. Humility doesn't diminish your value, it enhances it, because it shows the depth of your character. Strength that is accompanied by humility creates a lasting legacy. It's the kind of strength that inspires others not by dominating them, but by leading with respect and understanding. In life, there will be moments that test your strength, but it's your humility that will keep you grounded. And when the world celebrates you, your strength will remind you to stay humble, to remember the journey, and to keep moving forward with purpose no matter how high you rise. True strength is not about standing alone, it's about knowing your place in the world and using your power to lift others up along the way. Humility and strength together make you not only a force to be reckoned with, but someone others can rely on, trust, and follow. The true measure of success is not in the accolades you receive or the recognition you seek, but in the quiet strength of your actions, the patience with which you endure the journey, and the humility that keeps you grounded when you reach your goals. The world is full of noise, distractions, and the constant pull of external validation, but it's the ones who work quietly, with purpose and persistence, who make the lasting impact. They embrace the grind, trust the process, and understand that greatness isn't built in a day, it's forged in the silent, consistent effort over time. So, let your actions speak louder than your words, let your strength be accompanied by humility, and above all, work in silence. Keep moving forward, even when no one's watching, because the reward is not just in what you achieve, but in who you become along the way. Stay patient, stay focused, and let your success be the loudest voice you ever need to speak.